Hello and welcome to this one, a 1v1 game played on Stoneware Duel between Jewell playing as MBAD and they're going up against TaquilaSunset playing as 336Y, the Soviet Marine div. So we'll go through the deck reviews and then we'll get back to it. Right, so this is the deck review for TaquilaSunset and they're playing 336Y. Looks a lot like my deck, so I don't have too much to say about it. Basically, yeah, you bring this because it's got a lot of supply in it, and then these to transport that around. 3 per card CV, which costs the same as the other one but has more armor. Okay, cool. More HP. Okay, cool. In terms of infantry CVs, this is cheap, so you can open with 2 of these. That's about it. Got the grenade launchers. This, because it's such a big squad, honestly, it might be worth bringing it at 2 vet. And then I don't bring one of these. Can't remember which one. Might be this. Basically, this is a reasonably cost-effective card. 35 points for, and it's a 2 vet and all that. And instead of the unspeakable one, I bring the SPG-9 at 2 vet. Because it's good for the opener, because it goes 100 kilometers an hour, it unloads, bam, 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 right? Whereas these go at 90. So I prefer that. As the game goes later, the unspeakable one gets better. Yeah, I like this card. I think it's pretty good. Why do you need this? It's like line infantry. 50 points for 9 guys or 35 for 7. Well... yeah, you can bring it in the BTR 60 or whatever if you want. But the idea is to get it in the car so it's nice and cheap and you can buy them all. Arty, I like this. 1 vet, and then you put CV next to it for 2 vet, put it on counter battery. You don't need 6 Nonas anyway. Tanks, alright, you're going to bring all the tanks. I think that's all good. I bring this one in the rocket healers. I've got 4 more rocket healers. Because I'm opening with this anyway. This, you don't necessarily need the SPG-9 because of this, because it goes at the same speed, and the range on this rocket is pretty crazy, actually, so that can work out. Yeah. Only 1 KA-29. I bring 2. I bring 1 fewer card. I don't bring this, basically, but this can be very useful. You might want to 2 vet that, though. I don't see why you'd need 9. And then, yeah, I really like this for 1v1. In team games, I understand, it doesn't really have the stopping power, but in 1v1 the point is it's cheap. So, like, this is 60 points more, and yes, it will kill more in the bombing run, but this is 60 points cheaper, and that matters a lot. That matters a lot in 1v1, because that's an extra unit on the front line. I mean, if you're bad, I guess it doesn't matter. And I bring the W plane just to scout AA and keep these alive, but it's a 3-pointer, so if you want more tanks, I guess it makes sense. Not 2. His opponent, Jewell with 2 Ls, is playing MBAD. MBAD's really good now, by the way. It has been for some time. It's just still called MBAD, because that's how it's spelled. So, not my fault. I don't name him. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about this. I think he's doing everything right here. This is a waste of time. Don't bother with that. Genie parachutees are actually really good now, because the Uzis actually do something. So that's actually a crazy good squad now. So try that at 2 vet. Well, you don't have any other satchels. Yeah, not bringing any satchels at all is a bit strange. You might want to bring one of these in the Chinook so you've got some heli deployed guys. Gurkha T troop. And you've got the Fallschirmjäger, you've got the Gurkha rifles, you really need this. If you're going to bring this, the best thing is to like put it in a Gazelle and send it around the side. It's very funny, but you don't really need it, to be honest. I think the MMG teams are better than the 50 cal teams. So I would be bringing an MMG team instead. Yeah, I mean, the strat generally is to get 2 cards of these and then just massively saturate with 105s. And yeah, you bring them at 2 vet because, you don't really need 8. So that would be instead of the Gurkha AT troop. And yeah, this one shoots further than this one, which is why you bring it. Paris Scimitars, Paris Scorpions are kind of shit, so if you need to trade one of these out, it could just be that one. Because yeah, the Weasel Mark 20 has good stealth. This is like mediocre stealth, and the gun is just not good, so I think the Weasel Mark 20 is actually better. But, you know, this has armor and smoke, and they're the same price, so, you know, you can bring it if you want. I'd probably 2-vet it, though, if you're going to bring it. Pathfinders are really good because they got 4 machine guns. Alright. You don't want the guys with the 14 AP? Guys with the 21 AP? Big squad. 40 points for that? Well, okay. This goes super fast, this goes super fast, this goes super... not as fast, but still fast. Yeah, that's fine. Some people bring the Sky Guard. You don't have to. This is just bad. It's just not good, man. It's got 16 AP, so it doesn't one-shot 3 armor, so it's like, oh yeah, I could get it at 2-vet, and it's still got lower accuracy than the other one. Don't be betting these. Yeah, typically, like, this is really good, because it reloads in 60 seconds. This doesn't actually engage from its max range, by the way, because it can't see far enough. Just for whatever reason, it doesn't actually engage from its max range, so just keep that in mind. It's obviously very dumb. This is 2 per card now, so I think you should bring this instead. Yeah, let's cast the game. Right, so with that out of the way, MBAD, you know, it's pretty decent on not this map. On a map like Omen or Tala, it's actually pretty good. On this map, not so great. And for whatever reason, he's opening super heavy, super far. His opponent, the Marine Div, is better on this map because he gets tanks that go 2,800 meters and there's big open field here, so that's useful. The strat with MBAD is to spam out the 105s. 2 cards of those at 2-vet. Sadly, he only brings 1. But his opponent would usually be able to deal with that quite well because he gets the Grad at 1-vet by default, so it's a 2-vet with the CV, so it fires super fast. Sadly, he doesn't bring that either, so it could be anybody's game. Looking at the deployments, we got Sultan for Anna, and then he's just forgotten about Boris. Then we got a Sultan for Dimitri, and he's just forgotten about Center. You know, you can just shift queue these up through both, right? And then you don't have to worry. Then we got some Milan 1s. Vads. Could use a Minstrel in that, really, but... Milan 1s, pair of Commandos, Milan 1s, but basically he's trying to deploy way too far up. He just doesn't... I think he just doesn't know that his opponent also has forward deployment. So they should meet in, like, roughly the middle of the map, right? And, oh, he's also just deploying to the end, so they just don't understand what's going on, I guess. They don't know each other's divs. So that's going to be pretty entertaining. Let's see what happens. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. The Tier 4 channel joiners get their games cast at a rate of 1 per month. Or you can, like, suggest, hey, can you play this div or this deck? Usually I'll say yes. If it's something, like, really dumb, then I won't do it. Like, one guy sent me a replay of just him fighting against the AI, and I was like, well, no. I am not a number, I am a free man. So yeah, we got the... So this CV, you should unload it as soon as it gets into the zone, right? So that way it's capped faster. Because now it won't be capped for like another 10 seconds. I understand people are like, oh, who cares? Well... Okay, so red is paying attention and unloads his units. Blue is not paying attention and just drives in and loses all his units. Still not noticed. Well, the red makes the same... mistake on this side, but no, blue is really not looking over here. Who can throw the hardest? Blue still driving forwards and dying. Red only lost 1 thing here, I think. Yeah, there's 1 thing in a transport. And, oh no, red's making more mistakes now as well, because he path them to here, they come down this road, so they're just in the open getting shot. The attrition rate's pretty high. If you ever thought about joining the army, you know, it's great to serve your country, but your commanders are this incompetent. They will do this. You will die. So just keep that in mind. This guy's a hero. Everybody's going to remember him back in his hometown. And he got paid, whatever, 5,000 rubles. Great. What a hero. Anyway, this has active protection, so maybe this won't hit it. So that active protection there did not work, and it got hit anyway. But 45% of the time it does work. Now, the thing with the active protection is, because it's an RNG chance, thankfully the tank cannot be one-shot by any ground-launched ATGM in the game. Or the Erics, I think, would get it. The Erics would get it. And so it can afford to just drive into the enemy recon and die. Yeah, it doesn't protect you against a shoulder-fired AT. So you can afford to take the chance. If you're on full HP and you're like, it's coming towards me, but it's a percentage chance to block it or not, and I don't know what it is, but I'm safe in the knowledge that on full HP I can reverse away from the enemy and pop the smoke in the wrong direction. And yeah, so just going to be one of those games, I guess. So red, you know, he should be pushing up. He needs a AA in here, an Igla guy, and he needs a Spetsnaz, right? Because like blue basically lost this zone, but now he's just getting it back for free because red didn't get to the edge. Like all he had to do was just put the unspeakable one there, and then that would have started engaging these, and maybe he would have. Usually they'd unload, but you can see the. You know, both these players are watching the football or something, and this is on the second monitor, so this has smoke, so he doesn't have to die here. The unload happens faster than the smoke, so if it's streaming towards you like that, you want to prioritize an unload, because the only reason he survived there was because it just missed by chance. But yeah, the sorting goes down, so red's going to be on the +2 now. Blue kind of just like, I mean, he's spending his points, I guess, but like no recon. Red's combined arms are a lot better. Like he's got the recon, he's got a little bit of AA. Like you need some more really, because you know, look at this, just flying around. Yeah, whatever. How's it going? So he does need Niggler over here and some, you know, like this would be moved up to there. And you get a Spetsnaz in here just for the fight, because like the Gurkha rifles can actually just kill all this, because they'd be fighting just these two, and then they'd be fighting just this, and then, you know. So it is very possible. At least he knows how to unload his units. That's something you see a lot. People don't know how to unload their units. This is like a very, very, very annoying unit to fight, actually, because it's got 1,025 meters range on the shoulder-fired RPG. Scimitar could have smoked that. And yeah, the Gurkha's getting shot by the Asval, so basically he should have gone for like this building. Maybe this would have got him there. Because yeah, he's just sort of walking towards him and now he's dead. So, but yeah, look at the range on that, it's insane. So sometimes you just like, because you know, you tend to learn kind of the muscle memory, well, that's not going to hit me because I'm this far away, but this one just shoots further than all the other ones in the game. It is also on 56Y, so he could save this. Honestly, I would suggest both of these players to put their units on defensive instead of passive. I have mine on passive, but that's because I have 4,000 hours in this game and I'm paying attention. And even then, sometimes I could have saved the unit. It's just the disadvantages outweigh the advantages for me. These guys, less so. I think you should use defensive. So the triple Fallschirmjäger walk towards you strat against the guys with the SMGs, who should now just fall back one building, because SMGs actually get worse the closer you get. I have a video on that. It's very dumb. Doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it works. Because basically all the accuracies go up, and it's capped at 100. So if you're already at 90%, getting to 400 meters, you're at 100. That was a good rocket. That was good. You just got a triple kill. Generally, you don't want to blob up like that. So I hope you're learning and growing as a person and feeling maybe a little bit better about some of the mistakes you made recently in your Warno games. Every game has its purpose. So he's bought these, but he's not fired them yet. I think he brought them too close and got minimum ranged. That does happen. And yeah, I mean he's bought another dark fire, but you need something closer, right? So he doesn't know about the dark fire. Oh, actually, no, it has fired, so he should know. Must have fired before against that rocket plane. So yeah, typically you wouldn't just sort of dive the enemy AA and hope it doesn't hit you. People do it. Like I was in a tournament game recently, and I was playing as 3-3-6 actually, and my opponent just dove me with an F4F and just flew through all my AA, killed my KA 29, KA 59, whatever it is. And it's like, okay, well that was unlucky. So I bought another one, and then he bought another plane, and he flew through all the AA, and just it's like, oh, okay, yeah, just play it better, I guess. Anyway, did you see that intercepted that? It didn't do any damage. So it does have a reload. You see, it didn't even try there. Makes the recoilless rifle sound when it fires. I think it's cool. I really wish they'd tried to make a game like Broken Arrow, like Modern Times, but sadly from the fact that they accidentally sent everybody a manual called Steel Division 3 Map Editor Manual, we know that their next game's going to be Steel Division 3. It's a proper Sun Tzu shit, that. And look, so if that was on defensive, it would have saved itself. So, you know, you got to be realistic about your, you know, how much you play and so on, and sometimes it can be better to do things a little differently, right? So, yeah, he was aiming for the truck, but the CV was next to the truck, so he gets the CV there. And that means Blue's going to be winning for a little bit. Oh, that's smart. Got this back here. He's switched off the firing. He should have put an ATMP LML with it, because then, you know, they send a helo to deal with it, and then you kill them. But even if he engaged, he'd run out of ammo very quickly there. So, yeah, after the absolutely abysmal start from Blue, he's managed to get back in. It's just about what Red bought, basically. He, you know, he's like, I'm going to buy Arty now. And that means that, you know, it's less on the front line. Never really got, like, a Spetsnaz in here to help with the so on. And yeah, like, you know, you just expect, like, oh, I'm being shot, I'll smoke, I'll reverse, but no, just right-click him and, you know, he'll run out of ammo eventually. So these Mariners are really good against infantry. And the Uzis actually do the Uzi singular actually does something now. The issue they have is that they don't have any AT. And yeah, I think 336 is pretty much ideally positioned to deal with MBAD, because you get the RPOs, so you can win the forest fights, and the T-55s kill all the scimitars and stuff. But once this gets in that building, it will kill him, but he's using right-click orders instead of just going in the building and letting it sort itself out. Typically you don't want to be doing that, because the right-click orders in this game don't work properly, so you want to shift queue up a move order off this, so, you know, shift, T, click, right-click here, it'll shoot and then it'll move. That'll keep you alive. These cluster mortars are really good. If you've got recon, which he doesn't have. Anywhere. There you go. Found the recon, guys. Just something, if you don't play a lot, it's something you need to be very aware of, that you tend to have to buy a lot more recon than you think you need, because the recon's at the front, so it tends to get shot. It tends to get shot before everything else does. There you go, he's moving, but he's reversing, which means he had to turn. But he's apparently far enough away now. Apparently he's far enough away now. I mean, there's lots of craters next to him, but he feels very confident. And yeah, look at that. Crazy. I mean, it's got very low accuracy, but it's very powerful. So yeah, red, I mean, you know, he could just walk forward and kill it, but he doesn't want to do that, so blue's just going to get back in the zone. I mean, I appreciate, you know, he doesn't really have any, like, but this unit is the, there you go. Look, he's going building to building. That tends to be a better idea than just right-click and stuff. And this one as well, he could, basically, you'd probably put this guy out here. And then send this one up through these buildings. But yeah, I understand he's trying to resupply his guys. The thing you got to remember is to not sell the these, because like almost 2/3 of your supply is held up in this one unit here, and so you need to use it to refill these, which he's doing. But you definitely want to keep this behind something. You don't want it in the open, because if you lose this, you've just lost 2/3 of your supply in a single unit. So it's a big problem. It's a big problem if you lose that. So the more Pechota are pretty good against the Gurkha rifles. These guys have better anti-infantry, and these guys, just for whatever reason, I mean, it's because of the anti-tank, basically, that they cost so much. And the Mountaineer, which makes them go faster through forests. But yeah, I don't know, this guy mustn't like people from Nepal or something. Just really enjoys sort of running them into the AA gun, and no support, no nothing, just stop right outside the building so you can right click the ZU. But hey, you know, a lot of people, they got better things to do than play Warno all day, so you know, tends to be they're not that good at Warno, but they're putting that time into something else. So, do you see how this is, like, very accurate? I mean, I guess it's not going to kill it. Because he's just stopped firing. So, yeah, in the meantime, Red, you know, he's back in here. He just needs to buy the CV, and here it comes. He's, you know, he can't buy another infantry CV, because he's bought them all. And generally with these cluster mortars, the idea is you get all four together, not right on top of each other, and then you just fire a mass volley at one thing and then move them all. The issue is that since the RT rework, that's no longer meta. Smoke. Whoa, well, it missed him, so he gets away there. If he reverses, which he does. Hear the sound of a HE bomber. So he's going for the mass Mariners, which unfortunately happened to be next to the CV. So the CV bites it as well, and that was a incredible kill. So very good kill. And now these should kill the Darkfire, because it's fired, it's not moved. And yeah, you just F1 click, and then these, they aim very fast, so you should be on it in no time. Put CV next to them, be on it even faster. You can send your own BRDM2s around the side, you know, try and sort out this problem. You know, get that around there, but you would have to, you know, thing is, like, somebody could sneak through here as well, so that's another place you put a BRDM2. Maybe there, right? It would beat this. And then, yeah, if you're going to send this round, you would put another unit here. Maybe that unit I said in the deck review, the cheap 7-man unit. Actually, not a bad unit. In general, 336 really isn't that good. People saw it and they're like, oh, it's good 4th Mark shots, and no, it's bad 4th Mark shots, because you don't get the copes. And your infantry, a lot of it is paying the forward deployed tax for the whole game, and you don't get the T55As, and you don't get the BMP1s. So, yeah. And you don't get any Metis for whatever reason. Apparently the entire Marine Division, no Metis. Look at that. The range, man. these things are very expensive because they've got TOW 2s on them, so it's getting big kills. Big range on that. It's one of this div's best units. So typically you'd go for the Darkfire, but I don't know. Yeah, it's out of ammo and he's not resupplied it, so. And this one was out of range, but it will shoot the rocket planes. Yeah, now you'd arty the Darkfire, and then you'd kill the Darkfire, right? 100 points. And that's where that one vet grad can come in handy as well, you know, if your Nonas are doing something else. But generally, you want that one vet grad to kill these with the counter battery, because he's not moving those either, so he's not moving anything. He's just nobody's moving anything. But hey, red took this. He went building to building, and he got in. This guy did a lot of work. Could do with putting a Conkers there, or the unspeakable one, which we know he brings. You know, I'd put an SPG-9 there and an Igla, so that you don't get bombed, because it's well, you'd probably still get bombed with an Igla, but yeah, generally with 336Y, you want to always have a fighter up on combat air patrol. Just sat back here, shift-clicked, left, right, left, right, left, right. Otherwise, it just flies into the middle of the map and dies, which is really annoying. Also, you don't want to leave your mega expensive, whatever, party bus. You don't want to leave 2/3 of your supply just sat out here in the open. What if something were to happen? Anyway, yeah, you can just use the BTRs to, you know, you gotta look at the range. And then, you know, okay, so you bring it round here and do some shooting without getting shot. He is at least rotating his infantry. And, you know, he's hitting the enemy infantry. Usually people would move that, but, you know, probably just doesn't have a lot of games. So, yeah, more infantry coming in. I don't know, I think red could close this out fairly straightforwardly. Just needs to walk forwards now and take those guys out. Although a lot of his units are pretty low, because like he's just sat there getting artied as well. So, yeah. I'm really surprised he's not bought a single Spetsnaz all game. Or if he did, it was at the start and it died straight away in its transport or something, because I don't see any. But yeah, I don't know. Just this is exactly what happened in the Falklands. But if you're red in this case, right, the BTR-8s, this is what they're for. You just send them around here and you just start whacking everybody with those. You know, move this forwards a building, move this forwards a building, move this forwards a building, and engage, you know? Move up the grenade launcher, engage. Don't just let him walk in. That was given a move order instead of an attack order. This was given an attack order. And it missed, because it has less than 50% accuracy, so. I have seen the Drozd engage anti-tank plane missiles, even though it shouldn't. And I was very mad because I was not playing as the Drozd. There you go, see, it didn't engage. I was playing as the anti-tank missile man, and I was like, what the hell is that? So there you go, he gets in, and now he's gonna, you know, be in range to kill these, although he's still just sort of walking into them and dying, so he's not giving it an attack order, so attack move order, just like, you would just kill that and then keep walking in, because it's doing a lot of damage. Yeah. Send in the next wave. I'm really getting that World War I experience here. I guess the Soviet Marines are the... I guess Britain never really fought Austria-Hungary in World War I. I'm sure there must have been some action, because, you know, they sent small parties to help, you know, help out Romania, maybe. Maybe they just didn't. You know, it's not Hoi 4 where you just press the naval invasion order and so on and so on. So, yeah, I mean, it's certainly an interesting game. And these games can be useful because you learn, well, okay, I won't do that. And you see, you know, you can learn from the mistakes other people are making, and then you don't make those mistakes. So I think it's good in that regard. But yeah, you know, just counter battery, press the counter battery button. Oh no, please tell me he doesn't lose the party bus. Anyway, yeah, bring the grad, put it on counter battery, put a CV next to it. Pew 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 pew. This is dead. Pew 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 pew. Dead dead. Because like he's not moving any of his stuff, and even like very good players will not move their stuff. Especially if there's like a big fight happening, they'll just forget. I forget. So there you go. Red's finally moving forwards, and he should be good to take this zone, right? And then this, you would come over to here. Get in that corner. Because of the range on this wonderful rocket launcher, you probably want to, I don't know, end up there, I suppose. You could shoot as they come in, but... So he sees the CV, but that was, I don't know if that was really worth it, because like, this could have just killed that. I suppose he's worried about these, but... Yeah, send the BTR-60. BTR-60 will kill these, they can't shoot back. Building to building, like he is doing it, it is happening. Oh, he sent the BRDM2 around the side, look, it's getting all the 105s, so that's good. That was this one. And, yeah, I was going to say that would probably be a better target, but this guy only had 1 HP, so that's why I didn't say anything, but... typically, you know when the AA shoots you, you'd aim for the AA with your next bomber, just kill the AA, because then, well, then it can't shoot you again, it's a big deal. So, yeah, these do have a direct fire capacity, but... so he's driving towards him. That went about as well as you might expect. And, yeah, I mean, he just needs to move forwards a little bit here. He's not looking... But hey, he got one of them. And he got a CV, so that was a big win either way. We got the next wave of just walk forwards. The BTR-80s have been deployed this time, although they're getting a little bit close to those Gurkha rifles and might get lot 80'd. It's close. So yeah, this guy you would send forwards and kill this, but the 50 cows. The striker killed the tank. Yeah, this guy would have been in range, but he was too far away. But yeah, you tend not to use the attack order because it sucks and doesn't work properly, and you guys just keep moving and they leave the buildings and all this, so... In that case, I would have used an attack move order forwards. Did he lose his CV again? He did! Now we gotta wait the CV. But yeah, I mean, Blue's attrition rate here is absolutely terrible. And Red, like, once again, he wins the zone, but he doesn't put guys in the zone, so Blue just walks back in. We've seen this 3 times now this game. It's very sad. But he can't see! He can't see what he can't see, right? Look. The point is that you go forwards until you get shot and then come back, right? But yeah, he can't see. And neither can his opponent. So that's what's going on. So yeah, there's only about 4 minutes left. So we'll speed it up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, obviously Red's won. He just needs to put the TV in the zone. Although, well, Blue's next wave of crap is coming, so let's watch that at 1x speed. Really get the experience. So yeah, all he's got to do is, you know, just counter battery that and... Yeah. And this, just reverse. Just reverse. He really is having some big problems with that striker. He just constantly keeps driving into it and it keeps shooting him, and okay. These might make it. He, for whatever reason, stopped so he could pop his smoke. If he kept going, a lot of those would have made it, but he wanted to smoke, and the smoke, of course, the smoke particles slow down the cluster munitions falling from the sky, and that makes you survive, as you can see here. So yeah, CV's coming in, and Red just refusing to capture the ground, just kills the guys and then just leaves the ground open and, you know, just makes a real mountain out of this molehill because the enemy just walks back in. So, yeah, when you take some ground, put somebody in there and then they can't... well, that's going to be painful. That was somewhat unfortunate. And then they can't just walk back in, right? But yeah, the max range, or, well, more range T-55s. There is another one which... but still not max range, but the ATGM is beyond max range. They can deal with these trash swarms pretty easily, and like this, if it was just a little bit further forwards, could start engaging these again. They cost 75, if you recall, we were wondering before. So, you know, it should be relatively straightforward to deal with MBAD here. The main advantage MBAD has is that its deployment's better. At least that didn't hit. I mean, this has been giving him so many problems. He's just never done anything about it. You probably can't see it. Let's check. Yeah. He's got a cluster plane ready, though. And, yeah, you know, if you just get guys in the buildings, then they can't walk back in. But looks like Blue's ran out of infantry and is now just driving weasels in. So yeah, it is over. So yeah, Warno ranked, fun for the whole family, all shapes and sizes. You don't have to play a lot to get games against people who, like, to be frank, these guys were fairly even in how they played. I think the red player did play better. I mean, he won, so. And there you go, TaquilaSunset, rank 5,863. And he's just started playing the game, so that's fair enough, really. And he beat this guy, who's rank 1,967. And has 10 times more games than him. So there you go. You can improve fast if you watch Hippie videos. And yeah, typically a div like MBAD, you want to play if you're like very good at the game because you got to click a load of units. And 336Y sort of the same, but like slightly easier to execute, but not that much easier to execute. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that game, hope you learned something, and I'll see you around. GG.